Good morning. I'm here for Art Joy of Sharing, and this month we were asked to talk about how we what starts us off in the beginning of a project, and I think everybody's process is a little different. I suspect. I mean, some people start, right back at the beginning and, make a journal and, and then proceed from there. Other people, like me, I love scraps. And if you, honestly, folks, if you'd said that to me, if you'd said that to me, 3 years ago, I'd have said you're nuts. But, I hang around with this group of folks, and first thing you know, I'm keeping every tiny little piece of paper I ever tear up. But I mean, that's really become my favorite thing to do, and that is just to start gluing things down and then going from there. I'll show you here. This is one that I have showed this book before. It's an old day planner that was my mother's. And so this page started with these two scraps. It was one piece. I tore it up. I like pages to have some relation to each other in a book like this. They don't have to be the same spread, but I like to have some feel that there's something relating. And then I bought a couple of extra some napkins because I'm a little napkin crazy, and I thought these colors were nice on here, and I like the watercolor look. It kind of fit with what else was going on. So where this is going to go, I don't know. And the same kind of process happened here. I glued some this partial image from a calendar onto the page, and I glued scraps onto here, and then I started to put stenciling on this side, and I used the same basic colors that I had gotten out for the stenciling over here with a little bit of extra a glazing medium so that it got that swishy look. And then I saw this napkin, and I thought, oh, that'll fit on here. So I collaged a piece down, and this is, and did some pen work. This is starting to feel finished for me. I don't know. I might come back to it. I don't tend to put words on mine. It's a personal preference. I know lots of people do, but and so then there was this little scrap of napkin left over, and I thought, oh, that's perfect for my my little flower journal that I've also showed a few times on this, and I'll be gluing that down, and I have no idea where that'll go from here. I have some other kinds of stencils that would might work with that, but that's not a project for today. Sometimes things are inspired, just by themselves. So here's this little, I believe it's a vole actually, or a shrew. I'm not sure. It didn't say on the picture. So out of the Canadian Wildlife magazine, and so it's this cute little furry critter. And I like cute little furry critters because, it's part of the Gaga gene. The Gaga gene is the one that makes you go gaga for babies. Yes, some people have it, some people don't. Okay, and and I thought, well, I had these little strips that I had cut off the edge of a piece of paper because it was. I was making a journal for November's Art Journal Day Challenge, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this somehow. I'm going to connect these little scraps of paper and this little image and, you know, kind of give it some dimension. We'll see. Obviously I haven't got around to it, but the idea is sitting there. And I think that's one of the things that happens that's really important to me is that creativity is like a chain. So whatever starts the chain, then you go in, you make another link in that chain, and then you make another link in the chain, and then you make another link in the chain. So it leads you onward wherever you're going. And I think that's really important because, sometimes we say, oh, well, that's not good enough, or that's not going to look great, or I don't think that's going to work, and you don't do it. But in fact, you should probably just go ahead. And I'm talking to myself, folks. I'm talking to myself. I watched APG Jamie? APJ Jamie? Okay, Jamie, forgive me for my brain fart here. But she she talked about, reactivating her mojo with making little art embellishments because she didn't know what else to do. And I you know what, showing up and doing the work, I give her all credit in the world, because it's easy some days. The weather's bad, you're tired, there's a lot of other things going on, not to do something. And that's not how to move forward. So I guess that's my word for you, is that creativity is a chain. And it's, in order to keep that creativity moving, you have to keep building on the links. And sometimes they're small links, and sometimes the links lead you off into a different direction, and you have to come back to the main branch. And but you never lose anything as long as you keep doing the work. So yeah, and believe me, folks, I am talking to myself. So that's all I have to say to you this month. I hope the weather's nice where you are, and that you're enjoying the fall, and that your life's not so hectic that you can't find time to sit down and put another link in that chain. Thank you very much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, and share if you think you've got friends who might be interested. All right, thank you very much. Bye. Okay, so here's what I did with that little mouse. He's some paper from a Tim Holtz pack, and those you see the grass? Little bits of paper dyed with alcohol inks. Anyway, my loves, there you go, another link in the chain.